So as we were talking during the conclusion of the girls' game, it's going to be interesting to see what type of momentum is able to carry through into this boys' game. The Hornets were able to see what their counterparts were able to do in this first game as they blew out the Davenport Broncos. Obviously, they're going to try to have that same momentum try to carry over. On the flip side, if you're the Broncos, this is their home opener. It is time for them to protect this court. They have some success on the road. This will be their first time being able to take the court here at Davenport High School. And that home opener is always so important as it goes ahead and it sets the tone for the rest of the year. A little different look versus the girls' game, as we're going to have 3 officials for tonight's boys' game. Both teams going over their final marching orders.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bronco Country. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the visiting Haines City Hornets. First round starters, number 1, Sam Thompson. Number 2, Charles Wright. Number 3, Chris Moran. Number 4, Luis 17. Number 11, Micah Thompson. Number 12, Joshua Presley. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Haines City Hornets. Number 5, Yoshi Emo. Number 10, Chris Paz. And number 14, Quante Baker. Number 20, Jaden Freeman. And number 24, Cam Williams. He's the coach for head coach Nemo. Now introducing the non-starters for the Broncos. Number 4, Elijah Anduar. Number 5, Jacob Trevon. Number 12, Jordan Smith. Number 24, Julian Maria. Number 31, Darian Thomas. And number 5, Brady Figueroa. And now introducing the starting lineup for your Broncos. Number 2, Junior Quante.
And what an opening for the Broncos. This crowd is extremely fired up for the boys' home opener tonight, going against the Haines City Hornets. As Robert mentioned during the opening, the 1-1 Broncos going against the 1-2 Hornets. The crowd is absolutely fired up. This is definitely the type of atmosphere you want in high school basketball.
And now both teams ready for the jump ball. Broncos winning the jump ball. First shot of the game is a miss. And now Haines City with the ball, stolen by the Broncos.
And a great steal there by Vanderveer. And an amazing pass going up the court, being the quarterback for the Broncos. Not a surprise as he does have that arm.
Quintavious with the three. Gonna miss.
And the Broncos getting some great rebounding tonight. Holding the Hornets to the one shot and the one shot only. What a block there by the Hornets.
Now Paz inbounding it for the Hornets. Great block by the Broncos. Gets his own rebound. Broncos still have the ball.
Broncos able to score first one. Incredible atmosphere in here, Robert. It's hard to hear so far, and this is the type of atmosphere you want. Turnover, Broncos ball.
Early miscommunication. The Broncos really feeling themselves now.
And another nice layup in the paint for the Broncos. 4-0 Broncos.
Vanderveer with that beautiful contact 360 layup.
Vanderveer showing that he is exceptional on the football field and on the basketball court. Great two-star athlete. The Broncos trying to get in the foul, but it's going to be called against the Broncos. Pleading their case as they went. It's going to be the first on Ramirez, second on the Broncos.
Hornets firing a three, does not hit the shot, but they recover it. Broncos with the steal now. Deep pass. Ramirez, a beautiful layup.
Easy layup in, and that is exactly what you want to do on your turnover. Get those easy points. The momentum definitely wearing a white jersey. And the Broncos, just like that, picking up their third foul in the first 3.5 minutes. Quickest way to have momentum start to go the other way is giving the other team 3 points, and that's exactly what can happen from the charity stripe.
First points for the Hornets there, coming from a free throw. Great block from the Hornets after the Broncos could not get a shot off. Thompson. Passing it into the paint. Back to Thompson.
And another foul called on the Broncos. First on Van de Veer, that is now the 4th on the team. Correction, that is the 2nd on Brinley. And fastest way to lose momentum is to keep giving your opponents a free shot in the basket. In free throws, they have hit 2 from 4 tonight as the Broncos take the ball up the court.
The athleticism of this boys team, such an acrobatic layup. It's going to place the Broncos at 8 for 3.
And just like that, 5 fouls for the Broncos now. This is where they could end up getting into trouble. Because one more foul and then Haines City will be in the bonus and they'll be shooting the rest of the way. Here we are early, 3:20 to go here in the opening quarter.
Deep 3. That's going to be an air ball.
And the Broncos' play so far in this quarter has brought the gym back to life. It's hard to believe this was the exact same fan base that we had during the last game, as the gym was oddly silent for the better part of that game. But the gym is very much alive here tonight.
Some great playmaking skills from the Broncos here, but the shot is not going to make it. Appear to draw a foul though.
It's a smart foul there by the Hornets. Make the Broncos earn it from the line.
These are going to be the first 2 shots for the Broncos in this game. Hits the first.
The things how to win basketball games for you, it's your defense and causing turnovers and being able to get those points from the free throw line.
Hits the second. Went for a dunk there, but it did not connect.
What a block.
Beautiful playing from the Broncos here. Wonderful pass. Quintavious Butler with a beautiful pass layup.
And another foul on the Broncos. And just like that, we're not even 6 minutes into this ball game. And for the rest of this first half, the Haines City Hornets will be in the bonus. And Haines City is going to call a 30-second timeout. Broncos leading this one by a score of 12-3. And Robert, definitely a different look game from the girls' game earlier tonight.
Definitely. The only thing staying the same is the fact that so far we are having a very big difference in the score. We said earlier that this momentum could really go to anyone. We assumed it would be the Hornets, but it seems that blowout mentality is going to the Broncos. 12-3 in the first quarter.
And an update from the soccer field where you have the Lady Broncos going against the Haines City Hornets. Broncos up 7-1. The next 2 nights we will have the Broncos soccer games here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network.
Hornets taking this play slowly. Stolen by the Broncos. Beautiful pump fake and draws the obvious foul.
And that's just the veteran leadership of Brindley Vanderveer, the only senior at Davenport High School. Going in there, knew he was going to get the contact, and he even waited until he got that contact before he went up to get the shot to make sure, hey, if the shot doesn't go in, I'm at least going to get 2 shots.
Very true. In a sport like basketball, IQ is very important. Game IQ is very important to secure victories. And we just saw Vanderveer showing a lot of it with a beautiful pump fake.
And it really shouldn't surprise us, that IQ, as we saw what he was able to do on the football field this season.
Hornets take a 3 as the ball gets stuck.
And I can almost guarantee after this game, Vanderveer is going to come up to me and try to defend that that tip-in should have given him some more points.
Obvious foul there. Lots of contact on that very acrobatic layup.
And the Broncos are going to end up calling a 30-second timeout. 1:19 to go the opening quarter. Broncos leading 12-3. Cheerleaders getting into it tonight. Huge momentum already going the Broncos' way in this opening quarter. We are seeing the boys Broncos doing exactly what the girls Hornets were doing in their game, forcing the turnovers, getting down, scoring, and being successful at the free throw line. The only thing that might haunt the Broncos is already having 6 fouls here in this opening quarter.
Very well said. Another similarity between that last game is, once again, difference of the teams, but it stays the same, that mental battle. The huddle of the Hornets looked a lot more somber than the very energetic huddle of the Broncos.
Exactly what the Broncos need to do. Take advantage of these mistakes. You go to the charity stripe, get those points. Fast break opportunity for the Hornets. And huge rebound by Vanderveer. Fast break opportunity by the Broncos. Trying to go coast to coast to no avail. Out of bounds. Hornets ball.
Well, it would have been a great shot. He could have passed it, but decided to go all the way, and it did not come to fruition that play. Hornets having a hard time getting across that half court.
A great blocker pass away by Vanderveer. And that's probably going to be an over the back, and if it is, that'll be Vanderveer's 3rd foul on the game. And a number of subs coming in. And it's going to be 1-1 here with 40.3 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. So you have to assume you probably will not see Brindley until the 3rd quarter.
As great as the Broncos are doing this far into the game, the fouls, as you've said, are going to be a big part. If they're big players for the Broncos get fouled out early, that could change the game completely.
And not only that, now we're going to have a quarter plus that no matter when a Hornet is fouled, they're going to be shooting. Clutch free throws by the Hornets. And a traveling violation, Hornets ball.
One thing staying the same between both of the Hornets teams from girls and boys are very good double teams, being able to draw turnovers for the Hornets.
Broncos doing a full-court 1-2-2 press. Almost gets away with the steal. And the Hornets are going to try to dribble through this press. Again, dribbling through the press is not the best option you could ever do.
Stunning defense from the Broncos.
And the Broncos defense has been so impressive tonight. And those points will score as we come to the end of the first quarter. Broncos leading this one by a score of 13-7. But Robert, Haines City really came alive during the last few moments of that first quarter.
There's lots of energy there. I mean, we even saw Thompson nearly wipe out in the Broncos bench. They're not making the same mistake as the Lady Broncos in the last game of letting this game get away from them early. They've already brought back, well, not brought back, but they've already closed a 10-point lead, now down just to 5 points. Sorry, 6. Yes, a 6-point lead for the Broncos at the end of that first quarter. Very good playmaking and good defense for the Broncos.
Haines City came out with some energy coming out of that huddle. They will get the ball to begin the second quarter. Broncos aren't pressing to begin. Looks like they'll pick up their men at half court.
Great block for the Broncos.
And fundamentally, these guys are doing everything correct for the Broncos.
Haines City fires from 3 and it hits. Six-point lead, now close to just a 3-point game. And a steal from the Hornets.
Huge rebound by the Broncos as they try to slow it down to keep momentum on their side. Hornets with the quick double team, getting the ball back. Fast break opportunity and missing the dunk.
I mean, the Broncos are very lucky that that dunk missed. Or rather, did not go in.
And another turnover by the Broncos. Turnovers and fouls have been their demise the last few minutes. And as you said, the Broncos had a big lead, but the Hornets have been able to chip away, and chip away. Nice steal by the Broncos. Fast break opportunity to Vanderveer. Vanderveer passes it back out. If our score sheet is correct, I am absolutely stunned that Vanderveer is out there with 3 fouls.
Very true. Interesting choice from the coach here. The Broncos could suffer if Vanderveer fouls out this early in the game. Broncos fire from 3.
But Vanderveer with a nice rebound and putback.
And I think that is why the coach made that choice to keep him out there. He is definitely a scoring option for them, as well as a defensive leader.
And the amount of speed he has is unbelievable. And down to Van de Veer.
Alone. Yes, block.
And Broncos definitely wanted that ball as it was pinned against the glass, to no avail. And now I feel like we're back on the football field because we've just been calling Brindley's name over and over and over again.
Bad luck there as the ball bounces out of such a nice layup opportunity. Just like that, the atmosphere in this gym has totally elevated. 15 to 10, 4 minutes and 50 left on the clock. Great pass, and it goes in for the Broncos.
And this is what happens when you have these rivals, and we talked about during the girls' game, these high schools being 8 miles apart. Both fan bases turning out in huge numbers tonight. And a foul on the Broncos, and the Hornets are going right back to the charity stripe. Shooting the 1-and-1, 4:22 to go here in the first half. Broncos leading by 7. And that is how, Robert, Haines City has been able to get right back into this game. They have been making free throw after free throw after free throw.
As we talked about last game, it can be strategic to foul, but in a close game like this, fouling, especially for the Broncos in the current stage of this game, is fatal. Still have the lead, but could easily slip away from them with a few more mishaps like that.
But on the flip side, Haines City only having 3 fouls in the game. And Brindley is fouled as he tries to drive to the basket. The Broncos will inbound the ball on the near sideline, right in front of the Haines City bench. Great heads up and great hesitation to avoid the backcourt violation.
Absolutely great post play to get a nice layup in the paint there. Broncos have 19 against the Hornets 12.
The Broncos able to get right back on that ball. Great defense. And a foul on the floor.
Battle for the ball there. Rebound after rebound.
The Broncos definitely showing their hustle beginning in the second quarter. Or midway through the second, we should say, as this quarter has flown.
Another missed 3 from the Broncos. Great hustle saving the play. Over to Van de Veer.
But
Broncos could not get it off.
It has been great hustle by the Broncos all night tonight. And another foul This was in the active shooting, so every foul from here on out in this half, the Hornets will be shooting 2. Free throw cutting it down to a 6-point lead. And it's going to be a traveling violation, costly turnover by the Broncos.
Haines City getting through the defense there to get a nice layup. This game is now only 19-15 favoring the Broncos. Broncos take a 3. He drills it!
Huge three-pointer to try to get some momentum back on the Broncos' side.
22-15 now.
Out of bounds, Broncos ball, seeing if they can capitalize on this turnover. Two things the Broncos have been doing exceptional so far tonight is forcing the turnovers and getting the points off of those turnovers.
A steal to a missed layup. The Broncos have the ball back. Wonderful spin, but it does not go in. Although he does draw a foul.
And just like that, both teams are in the bonus. We will be shooting the rest of the way through this first half. And a major difference we have seen is Haines City has hit a lot of their free throws. On the flip side, the Broncos have missed plenty tonight.
Makes his second. I mean, something has to be said about the playmaking skills from the leaders for the Broncos.
Offensive foul. Awesome job there by Brinley. There's your senior leadership. I'm sorry, Robert, you were saying?
No, you were right. That was great leadership and a great mentality there to take the hit for the offensive foul. But something has to be said about the leadership of the playmaking of the leaders on the Broncos. People like Quintavious and Brinley are leading this game and their team.
And Coach Jones not liking what he's seeing, calling a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout called by the Broncos. 1 minute to go here in the first half. And some confusion from the players not realizing the timeout was called. Now everyone is coming in 23-15 here to go in the first half. Broncos with the lead. As we look across the scoreboard, we said it's 23-15. Broncos with 17 fouls, meaning the Hornets will be shooting 2 for the last minute of this half. The Haines City Hornets have 17 fouls. The Broncos will be shooting the 1-and-1 the rest of the way through this half. And free throws have been critical so far in this game. High-intensity game fueled by this high-intensity crowd. This is probably one of the better high school basketball atmospheres I have seen in a very long time. And again, it makes sense, the rivalry that's already developed between these two schools.
I mean, that is a gigantic factor in this game and even for other sports games like that. There's some unspoken or even very spoken for certain people rivalry, even though DHS is in its existence a very new school. It's made many rivalries in the sports section of its school. Haines City, Ridge, Ridgeview Global.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. He signaled for an offensive foul, but the Broncos are shooting.
Could be a miscommunication between the referees.
Hornets wasting no time getting the ball up the court, trying to catch the Broncos sleeping.
Great post play from the Hornets. 24-17 with 30 seconds left.
We'll see if the Broncos hold the ball for the last shot if they try to go for multiple possessions. Broncos currently up by 7 here in the opening half. Going with the old school wheel play that Duke made famous under Coach K. Vanderveer driving for the basket, no avail. And that's going to be the end of the first half with the Broncos leading this one by a score of 24-17.
And now that was a showing between these two teams. The atmosphere off the charts. The competitiveness also off the charts. We saw lots of fouls, lots of turnovers, but mostly lots of driving to the basket, lots of hustle between these two teams.
And there has been. It was all drive, it was all hustle during that entire first half. There was no give whatsoever. Both teams came out on fire, and they stayed that way all day. As our cheerleaders are coming out for their halftime routine, we will step away here for halftime. We will be back. Broncos leading this one by a score of 24-17.
Stay tuned.
Spencer left.
I wanted to tell you, but I really couldn't.
Right, yeah, there's no way you could, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take this time before the cheerleaders start their sponsors. The mortgage firm for Christy Simpson. If you are currently paying more than 4%, it is time to refinance. Check out the mortgage firm. She is available to help you. Tell them that the Broncos sent you.
Big man should have had number 3 or 4 with that card. Big man should have had that number 3 or 4 with that card.
My heart hurts. Like never again. My heart is like I'm about to cry.
A big difference. Shocked he did go in and start that second quarter. Broncos coming back on in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And welcome back after the halftime show from our cheerleaders. And as both teams are starting to get back onto the court, John, what are you expecting to see from both teams coming into the second half?
So I'm looking for both teams to absolutely continue that momentum that they have. One thing that the Broncos need to make sure they don't do in the second half is foul. Haines City Hornets went into the 1-1 midway through the first quarter, and we thought that was going to be a death sentence for the Broncos. Amazingly, the Broncos only had 9 team fouls that entire first half, so they were able to go ahead and tighten it up. The Broncos need to rely on their veteran leadership. Brindley Vanderveer has been such an asset to this team. As you just look at the height advantage he has over everybody else. He's able to go down there. He's able to get that rebound. He has the speed. He's able to start that fast break. And he's able to get those opportunities that the Broncos need. This half, look for the Broncos to do exactly what they did in that first half. Force turnovers and score on those fast break opportunities.
Very well spoken. And yeah, the picture that was painted in that first half was just incredible. The atmosphere, the hustle, and of course, the amount of fouls just show the devotion to the sport that both these teams have. And now I want to take our attention to John. What are you hoping to see from the coaches?
So if you're the coaches, if you're the Broncos, obviously Coach Jones probably was not happy at all with that foul situation, because that is the quickest way to allow Haines City back into the game. And that is when they did start to chip away at this lead. Granted, the Broncos have extended it back up to a 7-point lead. But if you're Coach Jones, you're going to tell the team, lay off those fouls. Go with your veteran leadership. And the final score from the soccer game, Lady Broncos beating the Haines City Hornets. I believe Coach Gables just said that score was 9-1. So another huge game for our Lady Broncos soccer team. The next 2 nights, we will have those contests. Both of those games beginning at 7 o'clock here on the Broncos Broadcasting Network.
Broncos keeping the ball behind the 3-point line. Drives in. It's blocked by the Hornets, but the Broncos still have the ball. Absolutely beautiful pass to Vanderveer. It's going to put the score at 26-17 in favor of the Broncos.
And there's going to be a technical foul called by the referee.
Game now getting emotional for these teams. Now we're gonna have Chase shoot these technical free throws.
The thing with the technicals, the Broncos will get the ball right back.
He hits them both, and that is incredibly good for the Broncos in this lead. It's both the technical free throws and gets the ball back for another play.
And that technical foul also goes down as a personal foul, so that is the first foul for the Hornets in this second half.
Broncos fire from 3. He hits it!
And Broncos definitely starting to fire on all cylinders here.
Hornets trying to meet with a 3 as well, but they cannot hit it. 30-19 in favor of the Broncos.
Hornets seem to rush that possession just to get that shot off instead of waiting for the ideal opportunity. And again, this gym coming alive, Robert. It's hard to hear here in this gym, which is just a fantastic atmosphere. I don't know how many times we've said that tonight.
Something has to be said about the Broncos as an entire team. To have this atmosphere and this pressure and just not break under it. Hornets went for a duck, but he does lay it in. Sorry, dunk. (32-21) in favor of the Broncos. Great rebound by the Broncos and gets a layup right after.
Take advantage of those second chance opportunities. Absolutely huge. And we're going to foul on the play. Vanderveer trying to plead the case to get the jump ball, but to no avail. Ball being inbounded on the far sideline. In the backcourt.
Lots of great passing by the Hornets. Gets them another 2-point layup.
And they definitely went ahead, and they have settled down. Not throwing up the shot, waiting for the opportunity to take the shot that best suited them.
Ball is still behind the 3-point line. A block to a missed layup, and now the Broncos have it again.
And this is when the Broncos just need to start to settle down as it becomes that 9-point game. Haines City is going to go ahead and start to bring up this tempo. If you're the Broncos, slow it down and start to eat some clock. And an over-the-back foul. That's what's going to happen when you have position like Bringy Vanderveer had there on the perfect box out. You get in that position, the only way for a Hornet to get the ball was to go about the back.
And don't let the scoreboard trick you. A 9-point game could go either way very quickly, and the Broncos know that. They're playing this late third quarter very seriously as one of the Hornets takes a tumble. Steal by the Hornets. And a dunk by the Hornets. Number 11 for Haines City, the first dunk of the night.
So again, Haines City is doing exactly what they needed to do here. They need to cause as much pressure because they need to get the ball back. The clock is definitely not going to work in their favor. The Broncos, on the other hand, they can start to kill some clock, and that's what they're going to look to do here as another bad pass. Vanderveer able to get back the pass down low.
Fires from three. It is a miss as Haines City has the ball. the Hornets getting a putback.
And Haines City definitely starting to try to get this momentum back. This one, the Broncos need to rely on that senior leadership. Vanderveer needs to get his team together. Three goes up and three goes in.
Absolutely beautiful three from number 22, Chase.
And now if you're Haines City, this was the absolute perfect opportunity to call a timeout. Now that it's back to an 8-point lead, momentum's starting to get away. We have seen what Haines City has been able to do tonight. Coming out of this timeout, try to get some of this momentum back. Try to get some of their energy back. Try to take any momentum the Broncos could have had away, because that was a huge three-pointer.
Yes, Haines City is definitely going to try to do that. 35-27. A few good plays from the Hornets, and it could easily be a tie game.
And the one thing, it is amazing how fundamentally the Broncos have slowed down. As we talked about, having 7 fouls in the first 4.5 minutes of the ball game. Since then, the Broncos have only had 3 team fouls. So the Broncos have, and they were able to shore up that defense as the Broncos elected not to press coming out of this timeout.
Whatever Coach Jones drilled into them at halftime has definitely gave them a little more discipline, or should I say a lot more discipline on the fouls.
And you got to know Coach Jones a little bit through basketball tryouts. What type of intensity does he bring as a head coach?
He is very intense, but he's also very down to earth. As a coach, he's very real with you. He won't lie, but because he won't lie, he'll tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. You can see that right now. Oh, despite their lead, Coach Jones is not letting up on his intensity in his coaching style, and it's definitely working.
It's one of those, correct me if I'm wrong, I know you know him better than I do. Seems like that coach that definitely is never happy until the game is completely over.
Definitely.
And even then would always find something for the team to work on.
Always, always. I mean, that's the sport. You can always improve. Until you're the greatest of all time, you can't sit by arrogantly. That Mamba mentality, it's never over until it's over.
And Brittany making sure coming down with that rebound.
I mean, he drew a triple team there.
Haines City did everything to try to get that ball back. And again, a costly turnover by the Broncos. This is where Haines City was able to get back into this game in that second quarter. It was the foul trouble and it was the turnovers. As Haines City turns the ball right back over on the full court press. Broncos go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. 1:19 to go here in the third quarter. Broncos leading by 9. And we could see some frustration out of Coach Jones talking to a number of his players.
I mean, you cannot blame him. Despite the 10-point lead, there are still many mishaps in the Broncos game.
And
I mean, as we talked about fouls.
Just unbelievable. They were able to come off with that rebound from the free throw, seeing the Broncos only had one player lined up. That just shows the intensity, the drive, and the hustle the Broncos have as of late. As we go under a minute here in the third quarter.
Higuero gets another 2 points for the Broncos. And City fires from 3. They missed the 3, but they do get a great putback. With only 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Absolutely beautiful tip, and right there, great pick by Bringley to help break up that press.
And Bringley with the hustle to get down to get the points.
I mean, that passing is just stellar. As I talked about in that first half, the playmaking from the Broncos.
So Broncos definitely coming out of that halftime, keeping that every momentum that they have during that first half, extending their lead, now up 41-29.
And again, just when we think this gym can't get any louder, it continues to get louder and louder and louder. With how loud this gym has become, I'm almost thinking about a UCF basketball game.
I mean, we're going into the fourth quarter, and as anybody who knows the sport knows, the fourth quarter is gold. That's where hustle comes in, fatigue comes in. We see the emotion, and we see the drive that each of these players has to win this game. 41-29 in favor of the Broncos. What are you expecting to see from both of these teams?
So if you're both teams, they definitely need to rely on your defense right now, and definitely take a look at your rebounding. Hold your opponents to one shot. Do not let them get an easy second, third, or fourth opportunity. Make them earn everything as they go. And if you're the Broncos, you might want to start slowing it down. You have a 12-point lead. The clock is going to work in your favor. And you also can't give up easy fouls. And the Broncos start to rely back on what happened at the beginning of the game. And look at the Broncos faithful coming out under the basket, and the referee is definitely letting them know, no, this is high school. You cannot do that. Clear that back court.
You can definitely see the camaraderie even for people not on the team. Hornets missing the first.
That's just showing how into this game all of the fans are. Trying to find a way that could distract Haines City with the free throws as Haines City misses the pair.
Broncos taking this play slow.
And again, it's working that clock. Use the clock to your advantage. If you're the Broncos, there is no need to rush. Especially with no shot clock, just use that to your advantage.
Hard landing as the Broncos try to get another acrobatic layup, but it does not go in. Here's they did draw the foul though. We have a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. We're gonna see if they can stretch it to a 12.
Intensity there. Has some wet on the floor. Broncos tried to grab a towel, and Coach Jones just ripping that towel away in midair, letting them know, you don't use our towels. That's why we have these other towels to dry off the court. That does show the intensity that Coach Jones does have.
Like I said, he is very real with you. Makes him such a great coach.
I mean, it's instinct. You see dampness on the floor. Give me the closest towel. It makes sense. But again, that's just the different mentality that Coach Jones brings to the game. Huge pair of free throws made by the Broncos.
Great defense from the Broncos. Gonna deny a jump shot there. As Butler takes it up the court.
I think the greatest thing out of that whole towel exchange, I don't know if you heard Coach Jones as the three goes up by Vanderveer, rebound by the Hornets. As he said, we're winning. Why are you daring to throw in a towel? So showing his humor at the same time. That's exactly what we said. The Broncos cannot do allow Haines City on the steal. There's going to be a foul underneath, but definitely the Broncos cannot allow Haines City to take 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunities. And on the flip side, if you're Haines City, you need to keep looking for the good shot. It seems like that they just keep throwing the ball up, spraying and praying.
Very true. What could have been a great fast break did not go as planned for the Broncos, but it is still their ball. Now miscommunications from the Hornets. But a beautiful three-pointer.
And the Hornets go on an absolute full court press.
A 9-point difference. But there is still 5 minutes on this clock. Anything could happen. Now it appears places have been traded. Instead of the Broncos with most of the fouls, the Hornets have fouled so much in this second half.
The Broncos shooting 2 now, but they will be shooting 1 and 1 the rest of the way, as that is the 17th foul by Haines City. Brittany Vanderveer going to the charity stripe. First shot is up, first shot is out.
Hornets with a great inbound leading to the foul.
Now the discussion whether the foul is on the floor or whether it's a shooting foul. Looks like the ball will be inbounded. Haines City under their own basket.
Haines City fires from three. They do not hit it.
And again, it seems like Haines City is just continuing to throw up shots instead of waiting for a better shot.
Broncos driving in. The layup did not make it in. Covered by the Broncos. Broncos fire from three. Not going to make it. Fast break for the Hornets. And a nice layup from the Hornets. 43-36 with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in this matchup.
Definitely great ball handling skills there.
Seven-point game. Broncos have the ball.
And Broncos going back to the charity stripe. This is where the Broncos can go ahead and extend the lead as you get these free shots. Trying to extend what has now become a 7-point lead. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in regulation.
Broncos have done an amazing job keeping this lead between the 9 and 6 mark most of this game.
Big rebound by Haines City as they try to get momentum back. But again, just throwing up random shots. That one does end up going though. And reasons why the Broncos cannot let the Hornets get second, third, fourth shots. And a foul in Vanderveer is going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. It's now a 5-point lead. So critical free throws for the Broncos.
It's a two-possession game for the Hornets. He hits the first.
Substitution getting some fresh legs out there for the Broncos. Second shot goes.
Drills the deuce.
Lead is back up to 7.
inbounding. Broncos recover it. And a beautiful layup.
Fast break points there.
Back to a 9-point lead for the Broncos.
With nearly just 2 minutes left on the clock.
Hornets inbound under their own line. 3 goes up and the 3 goes. Looked like it was 3. They're going to call it a 2 low.
It's a 6-point game. 2 possessions for the Hornets. What can the Broncos do to extend their lead?
And again, right now the Broncos just running this old wheel play that Duke used to run very effectively. At the same time, it is killing the clock. And that is what the Broncos want to do as they have this 6-point lead. 1:24 to go, forcing the Hornets to come out and play the ball. And that's going to be a foul on the play. So Broncos will be shooting 2, holding on to this 6-point lead.
It's the first.
It's 1 minute, 19 seconds to go. Broncos extending their lead to 8 points. Continuing to show how big these free throws are. Broncos looking to come up big with defense. We'll be looking to see if Haines City throws up a 3 right away, as they have recently, and they do. And we're going to have a foul down by the basket.
Very important rebound. They could have thrown away a possession there. So important in this late game. But a rebound to a foul. Great work.
But again, how often have we seen this quarter Haines City just come down and instantly throw up a shot? You don't need to go for a 3 each and every time.
Coach has to not be happy with that.
It's the old expression, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. If all of those go in, I look incredibly stupid with that analysis. Less than a minute to go. Broncos trying to kill the clock, up by 7 now.
Absolute disrespect. As one of the Hornets is injured. Amazing ball handling from Baker.
As we have an injury timeout on the court, 39.8 seconds to go. Broncos leading this one by 7.
Amazing ball handling from Quintavious.
And this is just showing you the hustle and intensity that both teams still have. Here's Haines City down by 7 and still not afraid to go diving into the crowd. So Broncos are getting the ball on the far sideline. 39.8 to go here in the game. As discussion continues on that far sideline. As we have an official timeout with 39.8 seconds to go. Both teams reconcile, now coming back out on the floor as we look to take care of the rest of this game. Foul situation, Broncos are in the double bonus. They'll be shooting 2 the rest of the way. The Hornets will be shooting 1 and 1. Ball gets thrown in the backcourt, less than 40 seconds to go. Broncos looking to take care of some time. Haines City probably looking to foul.
Very intense and emotional last 30 seconds of this game.
And if you're Haines City, who do you foul? Because the Broncos have a lot of excellent free throw shooters, including the one with the ball right now in Brittany Vanderveer.
Vanderveer has been seen to make these free throws, but they had no choice. If they didn't foul then, they wouldn't get another chance before this game was just in 20 or even 10 seconds until end of regulation.
Vanderveer shooting the pair. First one up, first one goes. Cool, calm, and collective Vanderveer is. Which again, when you look at his pedigree, you look at his history, really should not be a surprise because we saw how composed he was on the football field all season. Second shot goes, Broncos extend the lead to 9.
A wild 3 is off the mark. Just 20 seconds, the clock winding down. I think it is safe to say that the Broncos have won this contest.
And again, the only thing Haines City can do at this point is foul. Hope the Broncos miss the free throws and allow them to get the ball back. But again, if you're Haines City, think about how many wild, quick shots they put up. Broncos with 2 shots trying to extend the lead to double digits. First shot up, first shot goes.
Point lead in favor of the Broncos.
Now after that is done, we will have technical free throw shot by the Hornets. So the second technical called on the game, one going each way. 10-point game, 16.8 to go. First shot is up, first shot goes. And second shot goes. Huge free throws there by the Hornets, as the Hornets will take a timeout on this 8-point game. 16.8 seconds to go. So if you're the Hornets, you might be looking for that 3-point shot that they have continued to throw up all night. But you want to make sure that it is a good shot, and you're not just throwing up a shot for the sake of putting up a 3-point shot. And if you're the Broncos at this point, you might be okay with the 3-point shot going up. You are up by 8 points, 16.8 seconds to go. It's going to take 3 possessions for the Hornets to get back in this. So the Broncos will get the ball back if that is the case. Look to work some clock. We're sure Haines City will probably foul in the process, and the Broncos would just have to get the job done from the charity stripe.
It will take a miracle for the Hornets to come back as quickly as they need to.
And again, a three-point shot just going up to no avail. Out of bounds. Broncos ball, 7.3 to go here in regulation. And Vanderveer is fouled, and he'll go to the line. And that'll be the 5th foul.
And with 4 seconds left in this game, 53-45 in favor of the Broncos. This game is over. Great showing from both teams.
Definitely a game that could have gone either way. If Haines City decides not to keep throwing up all of those threes, if we don't get into the situation where the Broncos have gone to the charity stripe as often as they have in the second half, this definitely could have been a much tighter game as Vanderveer extends it to a 9-point lead. 3 seconds to go.
That is the game.
Is not answered. Your final score, 54-45. Robert, what did you see out of the Broncos tonight?
We saw hype, we saw determination, hustle, and most importantly, camaraderie. This was just absolutely in their favor when it came to the game. They didn't win by a complete blowout, but they definitely had a strong showing, and they took home this victory.
Definitely a much different showing than the girls' game. So a split between Haines City. The Haines City girls taking the varsity match before this one. The Haines City guys taking, or the Broncos guys rather, taking this one by a score of 54-45. Your executive producers for the Broncos Broadcasting Network, myself, John Chigueras, Mel Gables, Alan Duget, and James Rose. For my broadcast partner,
Robert Marciano.
I'm John Chigueras. Thank you for joining us. Other games this week. Tomorrow night, we have women's soccer taking place at 7 o'clock. On Thursday, we have girls soccer as well. We are back here on the basketball court on Friday, and this team is all fired up. They are all pumped up, and this is what you have to love to see. From Davenport, everyone, good night.
Thanks for watching.